G'day folks, and welcome back to the channel for episode number 39 of our ATV Skater Templar playthrough, where, as you can see, we are in the first Skeleton Key dungeon. This is the Steps of Torment, and as you can see here, I've never been here before, at least not on Ultimate on this character. So basically, Zarthuzalan is just here. We're going to kill him. Hopefully he will drop us an upgrade for our book. And then I'm going to run through the Steps of Torment one time in this video, and then kill it a bunch of times off camera, and just basically see how many times it's going to take me to get the Vanquish's chest guard or chest plate or whatever it's called. It's the chest piece that drops from this particular dungeon, so that's what we're here for. With that said, Zarthuzalan, being a fire-type Pokemon, is resistant to fire. So let's just see if we can't strip a little more of that resistance. And like I said in the last episode, I am really noticing the lack of damage at the moment. I need to get some more damage. Unfortunately, he hasn't dropped his book, but that's fine. Skeleton Key we already know, Skeleton Key we got. Okay, so let's take the... is there a quest to kill? No? Okay. I thought there may have been a quest to kill, what's his name? Alchemos. But, nope. Also, I found these on the way in, and they look really cool, but, yeah, I'm not going to use them. I want the extra armor on the Hellforged leg plates, so they're fine. Alright, 7 keys. First key has been used, let's head on in. Now, I'm not going to show every single run through here because, quite frankly, they're all likely to be very similar, and it would probably take something like 20 runs in order to get the chess piece that I'm here for. I did pick the Steps of Torment first deliberately because it is the easiest one of the Skeleton Key dungeons that I have to do, and I would like to have the upgraded chest and anything else that I happen to find on the way before I have to worry about, for example, Port Valbury. The other thing about the Steps of Torment is that the MI book, this one, drops at the front door, so we can go have a few shots at getting an upgrade there on the way through, and hopefully come out of it with actually 2 upgraded items, which would be very, very nice. I'm not really bothered or worried too much about Alchemos on this build. I'm more worried about all the stuff between the front door and getting to him. So I'm not sure if I want to try and skip through all this trash. I mean, I could be on the next floor already if I just, drive through all that stuff. And there's the door already, but I'm coming up here. I'm not doing that totem. But I am going to go in here and kill this guy off the first time. I think I may end up skipping him after this attempt, just because he is fairly dangerous. I mean, you can see that half my health bar is gone in one hit. It successfully trapped me on the low ground, which is not where I want to be. The trick with this guy is to be on the high ground when he does his spine maneuver, and then that way the projectiles will hit the stairs, they'll hit the floor, and not the player. At least that's the idea. Alright, he should go down here. I won't say easily, but soon. There we go. Alright, and he's dropped us a Spirit Weaver Circlet and a Blaze Seer Girdle. That sounds like it's a fire thing. It is. Actually not too bad. I'm obviously not going to use it because +2 to Guardians is not as good as +1 to everything. So this kind of thing is more what I'm worried about, the never-ending supply of undead. I've had a few hits on the way down here that were somewhat spicy, so I'm more worried about the trash than I am about the dungeon boss. Though having said that, I haven't killed him yet, so maybe I should be more worried about the dungeon boss. Anyway, we will go and find out. Let's see if we can take the short way. Does look like we can get through here. And I have missed the soul chest at the start as well, so I'll have to go back and get that. Not too worried about him. I don't think I want anything he sells. Nah, not really. Okay, is this it? Can't see the skeleton in a way. Potentially there's a chest here that requires a fight through that room. The chest is not there, which means it was also back on the first floor. And we are not quite anywhere close to Nemesis. If you do have Nemesis, you're probably looking at, I think it's about a 35% chance. So about 1 in 3 times through here, you're going to end up fighting the undead Nemesis. It's not that one, it's this one. Alright, time for the moment of truth. Can we kill Alchemos, actually? First off, let's kill these so they're not shooting at me through the gate, and so there's no surprise priest standing at the gate waiting to heal Alchemos. This guy needs to die. Okay, I think we're good. And so in my head, the tactic here is basically just run around, more or less. Do I even need to kite this guy? Can I just... He does hit hard, that's for sure. Yeah, I think this is going to be the same problem as before, where yes, I can kill him, but he's also going to take a decent while to die. So I don't really think I'm in any danger here. I think it's just a case of not having heaps of damage so he doesn't just immediately melt like he would on maybe a more geared character. Alright, there he goes. So dropped me nothing, but that's fine. Now this is the chest here that will maybe have the Vanquishers set in it, and not today, but I did get Aether Reach, which is nice, I guess, and Rotmender's Ring, which is, I mean, we'll call that nice as well. Trozen's Vestments, bunch more iron bits, and whatever's in these. So there we go, that is the first run. And unfortunately, actually, you know what, I'll go for another run. Why not? I'll put 2 in here, just so the video is a little bit longer. I think putting an 8-minute video up is probably not fair, but I think there's going to be a decent gap now between... Hang on, I need those back. They actually... I don't think I'm going to use them, but maybe. I have a feeling they were actually in one of the Grim Tools I was looking at. So that's fine. There may be a decent gap between episodes for this character. I am planning on doing all of the Steps of Torment until I get the chest, and then I'll move on to whatever the next Skeleton Key dungeon that I decide to do is. I'm currently leaning towards the Bastion of Chaos, just because I think I'm going to run out of keys and Bloods of Chthon to make keys before I get through a second one. So by doing Bastion of Chaos, there's a decent chance that I will get some Blood of Chthon there, and that will enable me to make some more keys in order to do the other ones. So with there being 4 dungeons, 4 pieces of the Vanquisher set, and each piece having a 5% drop chance, I'm looking at, on average, 20 runs of each of the dungeons to get the whole set. And then after that, obviously, there's more to the build. There's a single 4-piece set is not going to make you an entire character. That's fine. We will get there, or we will die in the attempt. And after that fight with Alchemos, I think it's going to be a case of we will get there, rather than we will die, but it's going to be a little slow. We do get this treasure trove on the way, and I am actually going to be skipping... There's Blood of Chthon. I'm going to be skipping the totems in here. Ancient, what are they? Spirit something. Ancient totems are scary, and this character doesn't really have the damage to deal with them. So the less damage you have, ironically, the more damage you take. So anyone who says the best defense is a good defense is wrong. The best defense is overwhelming destructive firepower, which we don't have. So that's right. We'll do another run through here, and I will try to remember to do the... Is it the Soul Can? Ooh, grab that Exalted Chest. I think it's the Soul Can, but basically the chest right inside the first section, where it locks you in the room and you fight waves. Alright, he can just set himself on fire there, and we'll go play with the fire Pokemon in here. Now, priests are actually the bane of my existence. Every time I get a boss low, a priest will come along and heal him up to full. Healing monsters, am I right? I hope he can't actually summon priests, because that would be incredibly annoying if he can. Okay, I think he's dead now. There he goes. Once again, did not drop his MI at all. So this is key number the 2nd. Trip through the steps of Torment, number 2. And I'm going to skip a decent amount of the dungeon. I'll try to hit all of the events, as it were. I'm thinking I might skip the big angry this guy, but on steroids at the back, because he doesn't have any MIs or anything else I want either, and I just kind of want to get the set and be done with it. Though having said that, I did say, and I meant it as well, that this character was created mostly because it would force me to farm these skeleton dungeons instead of just running totems, because it's way more efficient. So I guess I can't really complain that I'm now having to farm the skeleton dungeons, because that was kind of the whole point. Okay, what do we win? Nothing. Well, not nothing, but nothing good. Don't forget to open the chest here. I'm not going to say I've done that, but yeah, I've totally done that. Go through the ring event, pick up your 2 items off the floor and leave. Get to the end and remember, hey, hang on a second. I forgot something. There is also this in here, if you are interested. This guy's dual-wielding shields, and he drops the totally normal buckler, which is an Archon item. You know what? I'm going to sell it. Why not? this guy's reflective, which I'm not loving that, for sure. Okay. So let's just go ahead and motor on down to the next floor, give everyone the suck, and then we'll blow them to pieces. And Ancient Spirit Totem, you can go ahead and keep that. I'm not going to mess with it. And this guy up here, I think I'm just going to skip him. It seems kind of a waste to be throwing 20 keys into dungeons and not doing the event, skipping a lot of the trash. But honestly, I feel like killing all this stuff is both slow and a waste of time, because all it gives me is bits and crafting components that I don't need, so it's kind of, I don't know, seems like a waste of time. Alright, here is the other place where we could have had the, I think it's called the Bone Reliquary, but it's basically a chest, and they lock you in the room until you kill everything, and then you can open the chest. Similar to the one we just did at the start of this dungeon, but nowhere near as good in terms of items. I'm just going to leave him since he is burning. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. We kill him. He's made of loot, so... we definitely should kill him. There he goes. The notched bones of 1,000 deaths. Alright, and we're coming up on Alchemos again. So let's kill the big boy so as he will not put me in a cage, so as I can keep attacking. I think I probably need to kill the priests. Okay, and now it's time for Alchemos again. And just like last time, I'm not expecting this to be particularly dangerous. Having said that, he definitely has his sword this time. Alright, and that should be enough for him to die. I say as he doesn't die. There he goes. So there's his sword, Charged of Fury. I'll probably get a couple soul runs, but not yet. I'm going to save that till last. Pop all this extra stuff instead. What do we get? Reaper's Touch, one-handed axe, and Mythical Conduit, two-handed sword. Alright, here we go. Give me Vanquisher's chest. Chest says no. Okay, so that's my first 2 keys done. I'm going to keep doing this off screen. Alright, there it is. Took me 5 attempts to get it, but I found the Vanquisher's armor. You can see here I have 15 skeleton keys left. I actually crafted up to 20, or after the initial part of this video I crafted up to 18, so I used 2 initially. I made up to 18 more. I've got 15 left, so I've been in here 5 times. The only Alchemos legendary or epic that dropped was this ring. I didn't get any others, although he did drop his war sword and his scythe a few times. Only the green MIs dropped, none of the fancy purple ones. Alright, so we're back in town here, and after 5 runs of Steps of Torment, I have finally collected the Vanquisher's armor. I say finally, it was a quarter of the expected number of runs I would need. As far as the stats on the item go, let me just check here. So the flat damage is a listed 11 to 14, and then 67 to 100% on the fire and burn, 24 to 36% aether converted to fire. The health range is kind of in the middle, so 484 to 724, plus 2 up to plus 4% offensive ability, so that's a good roll. Unfortunately got the minimum roll of 3 to 5% on physical resistance, and 1% off perfect for the vitality resistance. So overall, not horrible, not super duper amazing, but decent rolls on this. Now, while I was doing my 5 runs, didn't exactly have a huge amount of time to find item upgrades. However, those of you who are looking at the gear may notice there's 2 items that have been swapped. First one being these boots. Now, I was using the Golemborn Greaves here. I've swapped it for the Emberstone Treads, just for more damage, basically. I really need the damage. I definitely feel like I'm doing very low damage, so I swapped those in. Definitely less defensive, having less physical resistance, completely missing the 12% armor, and lower numbers on the resistances. I'll take it for the extra damage. The other change was the gloves. I did have some rares that I was wearing almost entirely for resistances. As you can see, we didn't need the resistances, but these have fire and burn damage on them, offensive ability, attack and cast speed, I don't really care, and same with the elemental resistances. But this also has another damage proc, and it is fire damage, so that is pretty good as well. And the one that not many of you probably will have spotted yet is that I swapped the book. Now, this one down here in the inventory, the Aether Fire of Scorching, is the one I was using. The Occultists of Scorching is the one that's currently equipped there. A little bit more burning damage in exchange for a few other minor changes. Basically, more burn, more damage, more good is what I was thinking there. I did also find this triple rare, and unfortunately, like most triple rares, it's not very good. So I'm not going to use this, but I did think it was worth kind of pointing out. And as I said earlier, I also found the Codex of Agravix, and this was the only Alchemosis item that I found. So that's what we've got. Now, I got quite lucky in this run, having, what, five runs to get the item that I needed. I can't promise that that's going to happen with the other Skeleton Key dungeons. So for the moment, this build will be taken out of the regular rotation, and I will either boost up the Death Knight playthrough, so you might see 3 or 4 Death Knight episodes in a row, which for anyone playing along with that will be a good thing. And I'm also going to go back and test the 1.2 patch again, so the next character will be made in patch 1.2, the test version, although that may not be for a little while because I do want to get this character to the point where I can call it finished. And I also still have a Spellbinder to finish as well. Spellbinder is kind of close. I'm missing a couple of items for one of 2 different builds I'm looking at, but it's just down to random drops now, and I just need to farm a ton of items to get the drops. So yeah, that'll be the end of this episode. As I said, this will be coming out of the regular rotation, so don't expect to see this character again in 2 days, unless I happen to get very, very lucky on the drops in the next dungeon. Looking at the drops in the next dungeon, there is nothing that really jumps out at me as being amazing. I think the only thing I actually super like about this set in terms of power is the 4-set bonus. The 2 and the 3-set bonus honestly are complete garbage, and if they didn't exist, I don't think the set would be much worse. The 4-set bonus, however, is quite good. And the individual items as well are kind of weak as well. So I'm not sure if because these are target farmable sets, they've been made a little bit weaker, but for whatever reason, I'm not exactly wowed by this set. Anyway, that'll be it for this episode. So thank you all very much for watching. See you in the next one, whenever that is, and goodbye for now.